All right, welcome back. Tolu Olorunmoteni has joined us now, and we'll be taking a look at a lot of this happening in the world of sports. Tolu, good morning. Nice to have you join us today. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm very happy you made it down.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Yemi. Good morning, Cecilia. It's a good Thursday morning in Lagos. Yes. Let me just put it that way.
We understand. We understand. It's time to bring you into all that we're doing on the show. There's a lot to talk about. So you want to get across to us this morning. We want to feel your pause. Want to know how you're feeling about all the things happening in your world of sports. Send us a tweet. Let us know what you think about the things we've talked about. We've talked tennis, where the Federer's return. We've talked about the NBA. We've also talked some Formula One. As we move on the show, we're going to talk about the UEFA Champions League. We'll talk about the Europa League that's going to be played today. Manchester City's hammering of Southampton yesterday. And a little bit of cycling. And I won't forget Enyimba making a winning start to their campaign in the CAF Confederation Cup, plus what is happening on the domestic scene, the Women's League and the Nigeria National League. So those are the things we want you to talk to us about on the show this morning. At some point, our man, Austin Okonakman, will also join us and we'll take this ride together. Okay, Cecilia, where do we go from here?
Okay, we talk briefly about cycling, what's happening in Africa. Of course, we know Team Nigeria, they are in action right there in Egypt in the track pursuit. And of course, we know that the progress have been made for some of them. And in day one of the championship, we started, of course, Wednesday, just yesterday, Nigeria had competed in both the elite and, of course, the junior championship and all that. For the elite women, they won gold medal in the team pursuit, of course, for the silver, for the time trial for the women, and silver for a team sprint, that's for the women's junior. Yes, I mean, they're just trying as much as possible to get something because most of these cyclists and athletes have not had the opportunity to compete because of COVID. And now they're in Egypt, just doing Nigeria proud, trying as much as possible.
It's flying under the radar. A lot of people didn't know don't know much about what's going on. So it's good. And like Cecilia said, we already have a medal haul, two gold medals, 2 silver medals, a bronze medal, makes a total of 5. All right, Austin Okonakman joins us now, and he's going to pitch into this discussion. Greetings to you, Austin. Thanks for joining us on the show this morning. Straight away, we want you to talk to us, especially about this cycling championship that has flown under the radar and is currently going on in Egypt.
What's the greatest, guys? Good to be on the program. Yes, Nigeria competing at the cycling track championship in Egypt. Cecilia mentioned that, yes, COVID has actually, paused the progress that the Federation were hoping to have last year. Remember, guys, we had the president on this show where he talked about some of the plans that they have in making some of our athletes, our cyclists, very busy after we dominated the 2019 event in Abuja. So about 17 athletes, cyclists representing Nigeria at the championship. As Cecilia said it already, there's a gold, silver, and bronze in the bag. And what this means for us is that it's an opportunity to look at ways we can develop the sport, particularly taking it to the grassroots and the schools, because this is not the regular cycling that people know. This is track cycling, and young persons can actually do well in it. Today, Nigeria will be competing again. But why this gives me joy is because when you talk about events like this, you look at the North Africans, you look at South Africa, and we are already going there, to win gold ahead of these people. South Africa, they do so well in the elite division, and Nigeria already winning gold where they are. Egypt's the same thing, and we defeated them. So they will look forward to, consolidate on the efforts that they got on day one. I've been speaking with the president of the Nigeria Cycling Federation, and he's super confident that the results they got yesterday will push them to do better today. So we'll keep monitoring, guys.
All right.
Okay, hope they can actually do that. What's going to happen today? Okay, let's leave that quickly and talk about the Nigerian Women's Football League Premiership. Just 8 goals were scored. I mean, last week we had Festival of Goals, but this week we're just looking for it. There's some games they had to wait until the 90th minute before the goals started coming in. But let's just take a look at the result from match day 9, starting with the game between Abia Angels and, of course, the Delta Queens. Abia Angels, for them, they've lost 5 games in a row. So finally, I mean, they were able to, halt that losing
Stop the
run.
slide, yeah.
Stop the losing run. They got a draw against high-flying Delta Queens. The good thing is that they did not lose, so just a draw. But then, I mean, when there was a picture, okay, we'll talk about that much later. Ibom Angels and Confluence Queens, that game ended by a lone goal. And the game between Oshun Babes and Bayelsa Queens, that game ended 1-1. And that was the game we're waiting for, awaiting the result, what's going to happen. Charity Ruben, 91 minutes, that was when she gave the lead to Bayelsa Queens. But then Grace Marcos, 93rd minute, equalized, and that game had to go to the death. For the Pelican Stars and Nasarawa Amazons, Pelican Stars, yes, they managed to get a draw at home. Chinyere Igwamalu, 57 minutes, and Ugechi Ukwama, 79th minute. First half ended goalless. Second half, that's when the goals started coming. The game between Royal Queens and Sunshine Queens, it was Kainde Agamuyi, 13th minute goal was enough for the home team to take all 3 points. And the game between Edo Queens and, of course, FC Robo, Edo Queens won that one. Miriam Oheadiwe scored the 18th minute goal. Gloria Osaige, 52. Before Esther Inizide, her third goal of the season for FC Robo, she was able to get one back. But it was a little too late because that goal came in at the 82nd minute. And the game for today is going to be 1 p.m. at Agege Stadium. The game between Dream Stars and, of course, Rivers Angels will be today. Hopefully, Dream Stars can also come back to winning ways, having lost 3 in a row. If Abia Angels could hold theirs by at least getting the point at home, maybe our Dreamstar ladies will be able to hold Rivers Angels, who are chasing Bayelsa Queens, for that.
Your thoughts, Tolu?
Well, typically, I think that the way the goals right up this week is is funny because we had something to cheer the previous match day. So, but then it's football. It's normal. Sometimes we see some of this has happened even on the bigger stages. So no cause for alarm. However, I think among the lot will be Abia. The Abia Queens who are able to halt their losing streak against some of the, arguably, the biggest female team in the country. So that will give them some kind of confidence going into the next round of games, knowing that, okay, if we can finally stop the loss, then we can pick it up from here and then go steadily. So I think they can take solace in that one. But then for Australian Babes, kudos to them going down on the 91st minute and then coming right back at the death to equalize. That is stuff of champions, and that equally gives them momentum going into the coming games. But I think Bayelsa Queens will feel hard done because I think they would have thought they had a game in the bag.
Of course.
Scoring that late and then losing it, going from 3 points to 1 in a matter of minutes. It must be really tough on them. But overall, I think we had some exciting games where we had them. I will have to enjoy them.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Austin, quickly, your thoughts on match day 9 of Nigeria Women's Football League Premiership. I mean, I saw a picture that everyone has been tagging in concerning the picture of how Abia Angels were being transported to the match venue. Some players sitting on top of a car and all that. Not really a good picture, but it's breaking the internet. It's just everywhere. But it's a picture we need to actually confirm before we can say, yes, this is actually a picture of Abia Angels. But there is a bus, red Abia Angels Football Club. That's what is written. And you could see the girls actually sitting on top of the bus. I don't know what that is. Austin, I believe you may have seen that picture.
Yeah,
Not
Cecilia, I woke
all.
up to that picture also. A lot of people were asking me to verify. So we will do that.
Yeah.
But then, what we expect is for the management of Abia Angels to now jump up and say what that picture is all about, because we have a branded bus with Abia Angels on it and players are inside the bus. So public relations doesn't solve problems. It avoids problems. So if Abia Angels is keeping quiet, then you're giving people a whole lot of ideas.
Speculation.
For a team that didn't even lose a match tonight, I think they played a draw with Confluence Queens, and then such. We shouldn't treat young women that way. It breaks my heart when I say things like that, because these are persons that should be comfortable. These are people that are trying to express their talents. Really worrisome, Cecilia. When I saw that picture, I was like, we should do everything to verify it. And when we do, Abia Angels should they should put out an apology if it's actually true that it treated ladies that way, because it's so wrong, it's unprofessional, it's dehumanizing.
Yep.
So we should never say such and then take our eyes away. Aside from that match day night really got me talking, particularly Oshun babes and then Bielsa. What a story. I tagged it a tale of late drama. You score a goal at the 90th and then you concede again at the 90th. Tells you the sort of quality we're beginning to see in the Nigerian Women's Football League. Also, Edo Queens, after suspending Coach Rolandson, won against FC Robo. So the state government will say, you see, we made the right decision. But let's see. We'll continue to monitor Dream Stars. Hopefully, we will not be destroyed today against Rivers Angels.
Okay, all right, right decision. But I want to say that because FC Robo usually are not good travelers and all that. Okay, I'll end it there.
You have to. You have to. All right, Austin, Tolu, let's go on and talk about what happened yesterday at the Abai International Stadium. Let's give you the results if by chance you missed it. It was a winning start for the Abai Elephants. Talking about Enyimba, they defeated, of course, Ahli Benghazi of Libya 2-1. I thought the scoreline didn't do justice to how well Enyimba played. Probably should have been more, but allow Tolu give us his thoughts. And the second game also, I think, played into Enyimba's hands because they played goalless. If they can go to South Africa and get something, they will remain on top of that group. But let me not put words in Tolu's mouth. Your thoughts are on the game. I even thought they should have gotten a penalty at some point because the commentator was busy screaming penalty, but the ref looked away.
And unfortunately for Enyimba, I think this has been a recurring theme for them this season. Play so well, then they get very few number of goals. When they should bury games and take full advantage of the fact that they play at home, they just win by the whiskers and then move on from them. This is a good start. I will not be pessimistic about it. It is a very good start. Brilliant goal to open the season. And then, but I'm sure they would have. That was a peg back.
You score 7 minutes later, you're giving away a penalty.
So it is the Enyimba we've seen this season. Look at the game against Akwa United. Look at the games against Rivers United in the preliminary rounds as well. So these are some of the things we've seen them do. There's this measure of inconsistency that they play a particular spell so well and they don't bury their chances. They don't put the game to bed. They just let it slide and then the opponents grow and come back into the game. However, they can take learnings from there. But this is a good start to the season. Hopefully, they can go to South Africa and pick points against Orlando Pirates. They are not the biggest opponents from South Africa, to be very honest. You will look at Mamelodi Sundowns, if you look at the heavyweights. But they can go there, pick points. They are not strangers to going to South Africa and picking points. So they can go there, pick a point, or say, maximum 3 points, who says they can't. And then just put the whole season under control. But most importantly, they need to keep up this momentum at home. Ensure that they take all 9 points at home and then see what they can take away from home. And that will then determine their fate going in the tournament. But I thought it was a great start to the tournament, to the competition. I thought it was a great start. And I think they will take learnings from it. They can't slip up again. They can't slip up. And of course, they know that they are the hope of Nigerian football on the continent. So
a whole lot
is resting on their shoulders.
So. All right. And I feel their shoulders are broad enough
to carry them because they are the people's elephant, right?
Okay, Austin, we need to get your thoughts on that as well. Usually, like Tolu said, 10 points might be enough to get you through the next stage. In some cases, if you have a whipping boy in the group, 10 might not just be enough. But your thoughts, I don't know if you agree with both of us that probably the scoreline, it should have been more than that. So they need to keep their firing boots on anytime they play.
Yeah, instead of agreeing to that, I would say that Enyimba should start taking their chances. They created chances, but they couldn't finish those chances. And I was praying that they don't read those missed chances because in that sort of game, one mistake and it would have ended 2-2. So when you get an opportunity to kill games off, you kill it, easily. I tweeted that game would have ended 4-1 easily, in favor of Enyimba, but that didn't happen. I'll quote what Fatai Osho said when they qualified for the group phase. He said that they need to give Nigeria a good representation because Rivers United have almost the same quality to do the same and represent Nigeria well. So Enyimba, they understand what they have in front of them. I love the fact that group opponents played goalless. So now they will be saying, if they had gotten more goals, they would have, solidified their place. But yes, 3 points in the bag. I listened to Coach Fatai Osho after the press conference. We saw that he brought in some new players. Tells you the depth of quality in that Enyimba team. You know, and one of our colleagues asked him that, oh, you used fringe players. And he said, no, this is Enyimba. We have quality all round. So whenever a player has an opportunity to step in, he has to do so, because now they have the CAF Confederation Cup, which they have a bigger ambition for. They also have the league, and who knows, they might just announce that the ITO Cup will start anytime soon. So they need to keep their game going. I love what Austin Oladapo is doing with the team. Captain, fantastic. You know, hard worker, very conscious of his defense even when he's going forward, scores stunning goals, provides assists, and is leading by example. And if you look at everybody in that Enyimba team, they're fighting. I just really wish they took their chances and scored more goals. But let's see what they can do in their next match. If they can go away from home, either pick a point or even win, I say yes, they're ready to compete.
All right, we'll just listen to Fatal Shaw, what he had to say after that game. Obviously, he's excited with the players' performance.
Whoever has been following Enyimba for some time now, we know that with this second half is a bit better because we created more chances in that second half than even the first half. But what we notice is a team, that is trying to come back into the game, and we have to look at that and try how quickly we can go on the break. And every time we go on the break, they couldn't recover, but unfortunately we couldn't convert those chances. We should try and respect the opposition. Anybody playing at this stage of the competition will not be there by elements of luck. I will tell you that if we can win 2-1 all through, we'll be champion of Africa. I would have been happy if it's more than that. I know that's where your question is. We have what it, we could have scored more than that, but the conversion rate is still a little problem.
All right, he's happy with the performance, their opening game against Ahli Benghazi. Let's leave the CAF Confederation Cup and talk about the NNL, talking about the Nigerian National League. That's the most important league, yes, in the country. All right, starting with Group A2, match day 5. Match day 5.
That's an absolute joke.
But it's not a good joke because it supplies players to the top flight.
Important league.
Yes.
Important because it's a nursery.
The most important league.
And also,
the most important.
Okay, let me take a look at the results. Why is he trying to top with? Why is he trying to figure out why I said that? DMD and GSK's Shakara. Right. It was 2-1. Mafulashi and Road Safety. It was 1-1. Kebbi United and Niger Tornadoes 1-1. You have Zamfara United and Kogi United. That game ended 2-0 in favor of Zamfara. Also, we move over to Group B1, where you had Dynamite Force and Stationary Stores. Stationary Stores can't win at home. They can't win away. Okay, 2-0 it ended. Delta Force and Go Round 1-0. Delta Force winning. Newe United and Calabar Rivers 3-1. Vandreza beating Ekiti United 1-0. Also, Vandreza, they're yet to lose a game so far after match day 5. Then we'll move over to Group B2. There you have Abia Comments and Godoski. Abia Comments winning by 2-0. Holy Arrows and One Rocket 1-1 it ended. Gateway and Ibom Youth, it was 1-0 in favor of Gateway. Bend Insurance and Remo Stars, Bend Insurance winning. Crown FC and J Atete. Crown FC beating J Atete by 3-1. And of course, you have the fixtures for today, match day 5. Nilaya will be up against Giant Brillers. Shooting Stars and Oshu United, that will definitely be tough. And Joy Comments and Apex Crane will also be in action today. That's all for the Nigeria National League, the most important league in the country.
For emphasis.
I know Tulu doesn't like that. Let's leave it and talk about the... I'm not going to ask you any question.
Okay. So Tolu's not getting a chance for a report.
Yes.
So we just
leave
it like that and move on. Okay.
I'm not going to argue with you on that.
UEFA Champions League, our next port of call. Let's go straight to the UEFA Champions League and talk about the results that we saw last night. Let's give it to you. In case you don't know, PSG, it was always going to happen. Of course, went through 5-2 on aggregate. Liverpool beat Leipzig.
Yeah.
Of course, it went through 4-0 on aggregate. Before we go on the
Barcelona,
break,
PSG first.
Take your pick. Okay, Barcelona, PSG
first. Yeah.
Barcelona PSG.
It was done in the first leg.
Yeah, it was done in the first leg, but I thought Messi was going to score that penalty too. You know, go 2-1 into the halftime break, and then put heap a lot of pressure on PSG, because up until that point they had considered lots of chances. It could have been 4-1 in favor of Barca at halftime.
Yeah.
Numerous chances, but unfortunately all of them fell to Ousmane Dembele and just couldn't get the goals. So, like the same thing that happened with Juventus 2 nights ago, with all the chances going to Morata, when you would have just wished some of them went to Ronaldo. And they just couldn't take advantage of it. So I thought that they had a chance last night to actually come back, but they fluffed it. It's all on Barcelona. They had their chances, and they missed it.
All on them. Wow, that's a bit painful because, I mean, the story we heard was the fact that the Paris Saint-Germain's fans all through the day, the fireworks they were training, even at the hotel and all that, someone said, I mean, there was a whistle or noise, I mean, alarm that he just set up so the players couldn't sleep.
Well, it didn't work.
So they were really disturbed.
It didn't work. It didn't work because Barca created more than enough chances to go 4-5-1 up in the first half.
On target.
It clearly didn't work.
Huge.
Whatever the fans did, didn't work.
Didn't work.
Barca have themselves to blame.
Maybe that's why they didn't have that finishing touches. Okay, we're going to break now. We'll talk about the game between Leipzig and, of course, Liverpool. Liverpool, well, ending their 6th consecutive defeat at Anfield after they beat Leipzig by 2-0. That's in the Champions League, yes.